Hey folks, Todd at Freedom Fighter Tactical. Welcome to the channel. Time for another status of business and inventory update, and this is a big one. Let's get started right now. Welcome to the channel. So today is a big one. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. If you are not subscribed already, hit the bell so you're notified of future videos. Be sure to give a thumbs up on this video. Follow over on Instagram. Haven't been doing it too much over on Instagram, but I intend for that to change in the near future. And be sure to sign up for the email list over on the website. You can scroll to the bottom of any page on the website and there's a block where you can sign up to the email list. I do not spam you guys. I try to limit the emails to when there's something to talk about, maybe a new video on YouTube, maybe new parts, new drops, but you're not going to get hammered with emails at Freedom Fighter Tactical. So each and every email is important on its own, and you can check it out and know that you're going to get the latest and greatest information. Folks, what's going on at Freedom Fighter? So yesterday, well, a little bit of backstory. So for a while now, I've been collecting various parts. We've got a bunch of new stuff that have come in over the last few weeks, and it takes me a considerable amount of time to photograph the parts, to edit the photos, to get them on the website, to list the parts. So yesterday I had a marathon session getting stuff done, and I've got a lot of new stuff to talk to you about. So this video might be a little bit lengthy. I'm going to try to keep it short, but let's just dive right in. First of all, Mesa Tactical Urbino stocks for the Benelli M4 with the cheek riser and the limb saver butt pad. Those are restocked as of yesterday. They arrived yesterday by UPS, and we got a fresh batch in now. Also, I've done a little spring cleaning, and I found some titanium tubes. Not many. I mean, it's 3 to 5 tubes. I can't remember. And I actually want to make sure I adjust the count on the website accurately to what my inventory is. So over the next day or so, whatever my inventory is on titanium magazine tubes, that will show. And a lucky 3 to 5 people are going to have a titanium magazine tube if they want. And when you can, don't email me and try to get one that way. Don't call me and say, hey, I want one. Just watch the website. It's the best I can do. I don't have I'm extremely busy and don't want to field calls. Hey, I wanted the titanium tube. Make sure I'm the one that gets it kind of stuff. Okay. Just watch the website. When they come up, and they'll drop. And I am working on them. We've got the next batch, but they're not off the machines yet. And once they get off the machines, they have to go across the country for coating and back. So, it's going to be a while still for the titanium magazine tubes. I've got from Urban ERT, I've got it's kind of like a side saddle, the shotgun card for shells on the side of your shotgun. There's an adhesive that you stick on the side of the receiver on the left side. And you can, instead of having a metal shot shell holder like Mesa makes, which we've been selling for years, you can have a card. We've never offered these, but we love Urban ERT. The quality is just outstanding. So we have the OD green, we have the coyote, and of course we have the black. And I think this is an inexpensive option. These are like 20 bucks. So, I mean, all day long. I'm not particularly fond of sticking adhesive on the side of the receiver, but I don't think there's any downsides to it. People do it every day. A lot of good shotgunners, enthusiasts out there, people who are experts in shotgunning, love these cards instead of a side saddle. And quite honestly, if you're trying to save weight, these make a significant difference. So we've got these in now on the website. Check them out. I also had a customer who at one point wanted the 60097, which is the breech attachment, but he needed a Creo Plus choke adapter. So I talked to the guys at TrueLock when I was back at the SHOT Show, and we talked a lot about the various chokes, the Creo and the Creo Plus, and I think there's several others. And we came to the conclusion that if anybody wanted a choke that was different than choke adapter than what was different than what we had already made, they would want the Creo Plus. And they just arrived in black at MP3. We have the Creo Plus adapters to go with the 60097. These are only sold with the 60097. They're not sold separately. I will only sell them separately if you've already bought a 60097 from me, and I can look up your order and see that you got one, and I will sell you one of these directly if this is your preference. Otherwise, these are going to be sold with the 60097 because there's no other reason to buy them. Because there's nothing else that this adapter is good for except for attaching that part. But I don't want to make a listing for just that part because I don't want guys buying these and then they don't have a reason to use them. So it only goes with that one part. But again, if you are a customer of mine and you've already bought a 60097 from me, you can contact me and I will work out a solution. I have them in black and MP3. I have a black one here somewhere. In fact, I don't have it on my table, but I've got them in black and MP3. You can check out the website. They are there and ready to go with the 60097. And the customer, of course, who requested this already bought a 60097. And I notified him, of course, that we have made these and they're glorious. They're awesome. So anyway, that's that. You guys have been eating these up. These the two-piece followers, we call it the 70054V. It's the vintage. I think it's the 54V. It might be the 52. I can't remember. 52, I think it's the tube. The 70054V, I believe, is the follower, and it is the vintage two-piece follower with the charcoal coating. Just absolutely glorious. You guys are loving them. Getting low on these. If you're interested in them, you need to get in there soon. We will make more. Just like Doritos, they make more. We'll make more too. Okay, what you'll also notice on the site, there's some big news here. First of all, let's talk recoil tubes. I have what I call the 70130FF, or I'm sorry, 70130-1, the 70130-3, and the 70130-6. That is the 1-position recoil tube, the 3-position recoil tube, and the 6-position recoil tube for the American version of the Benelli stock, collapsible stock, and they are absolutely glorious. And we had never offered them in kits where you could put together all the individual pieces yourself. We now offer those in kits. And actually, I did a video recently, which we haven't published, and it's coming soon. It's in the editing process, where I show you how to put together a recoil tube. And they're not fun to put together, folks. I've tried all sorts of tools to deal with the 70071, that little ring that holds everything together on one end. I've tried all sorts of ways to install that effectively and easily, and it always comes back to dealing with a flathead screwdriver is the easiest way of installing that. I've bought every tool imaginable to try to simply install that little clip, and it just, the flathead screwdriver, I have a way of doing it with the flathead screwdriver that jimmies it right in, and so in the video I show you that. But here's the thing. When I made the assembly, I decided that why should the only assembly being offered be made by Benelli, the 70043, which is their 3-position recoil tube, assembly with all the parts already assembled for guys who would rather spend a little more money and get it assembled and ready to go. Why should my tubes not be an assembly? Well, folks, if you don't know, I don't have employees. I don't have a manufacturing team. I don't have people on an assembly line. If anything is assembled, I assemble it myself, and I place a great deal of value on my time. So when I was making this video, I decided that I'm going to offer assemblies in my 70130-1, -6, and -3. The 70130 is a hollow tube. There's no parts on it. So when I make it, when I take one of my 70130s and make it an assembly, it now becomes a 70043. That's the model number that Benelli designates to the assembly. And I'm going to put it on my assemblies. Of course, it's going to be the 700-3, the 70043-1, -3, and -6 for the assemblies. And my time is extremely valuable. So there is a premium on the assemblies like never before. They're not for everybody. They're for people who value their time way more than their money, and they want to just buy it and move on. They don't want to think about it. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with a gunsmith. They just want to buy it and move on. So that's who it's for. It's not for the tire kicker. It's not for the person watching every penny. It's for people who absolutely do not want to waste their time screwing around with it. Because I think there's a $150 premium on each tube above and beyond the price of the part. That's for my time in assembling it. So it is what it is. It's there for the guys that want it. The guys that don't want it, that's fine. You don't want it. Got it. It's good. But anyway, that's what I've got. I've got these here today, the assemblies. One's a 6 slot, one's a 1 slot, and oh, this is the 6 slot. And they are assemblies, and they're glorious. They're absolutely glorious. I prefer not to have to assemble things, but I figured, you know what? If guys are willing to pay for it, let's do a few. Finally, the 70085, the collapsible stock piece. I'm going to offer it in a kit. It's on the website, and it's coming soon. It's got a price of 0 on it because I haven't designated a price, and I can't put anything other than a 0 or a price on it. I haven't figured out the price on these yet, folks. I still have to figure out pricing on coding. There's still a lot to do here on this part, and it's going to be offered disassembled, and maybe I'll do them assembled and put a real premium on it, just like I'm doing with the recoil tubes for the guys that don't want to put it together themselves. I'll probably do that also. But this is coming soon. Calls and emails asking me when, asking me this, asking me that are going to get you nowhere. Just watch the website for the page on this. Watch the website on the page on the blog that talks to you about what's in stock and what's not in stock, and you'll be in the know. But I really want to discourage calls and emails and everything from asking me. I don't want to get peppered with it. So pay attention to the website, pay attention to these videos and emails. You will be in the know. Folks, that's about it. Check out the website. There's a lot of good stuff. Thank you to all the first responders out there. We greatly appreciate you all. You know where to contact me at Freedom Fighter Tactical if I can be of any service. Take care and be safe.